Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a few weeks since we last did a video. I thought I'd just do something a bit different today. So we're actually going to do a tier list because they're quite popular at the minute. And with the Euros coming up and a big football fan myself, I thought I would do it for the selection of the team. Again, same as always, if you're watching this and you haven't clicked subscribe, please like the video down below and click that subscribe button for us. It is hugely appreciated. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Right, so this is our tier list. Underneath, we do have the list of players. Again, the pictures of them aren't the best, but we'll try and make our way through them. So let's try and just group a few together so we know who's who. So basically, from top to bottom, we've got guaranteed starter and selection. So we're going to do sort of the first 11 if we can fit them all on. We've then got on the plane, which I'm guessing is going to be sort of subs. Probably get called up is going to be the 28, I think, before he cuts it down to 23. And then we've got outside chance, on the ropes, and people just basically staying at home. Okay. I've had this debate with so many people already over the last few weeks about who you'll be taking. There's so many different players to pick from this year. So we'll start with goalkeepers. I was thinking of whether doing my selection or who I think he will take, but we'll go with my selection. So goalkeepers, I personally can't see him on it. Oh, there is. I would start with Nick Pope in goal. If we can just try and move him up here. Doesn't seem to want to play ball in a minute. Right, so Nick Pope for me is going to be up there. There we go. Slight delay. I think the other arguments you've probably got Henderson and Pickford. The other ones on here, we've got Ramsdale, McCarthy, and Tom Heaton. I don't think there's any chance of them going. So we'll go Pope. I think if we stick Henderson there and Pickford, because I think he will take 3. That's my prediction. He's take 3 goal is a standard, isn't it? Right, defence. He's always played a back 5, Southgate. So I'd go against it and goes back 4. That's a couple of games he's played a back 4. So I'm going to go with that because it means you can take less of them to the tournament itself. Who do you want to start with? I can't. These photos aren't the best. I think that's Slabhead. I think it's Harry Maguire. Is in there. I think he'll go. I think Trent will go. Who else have we got? Joe Gomez. I don't think will be fit. I would take him, but I think he's injured. Luke Shaw. I'd put straight in there. Who else have we got? Centre backs wise. Where's John Stone? He's there somewhere. There he is. So for me, if we're playing the back 4, that would probably be my back 4. It's not the strongest of back 4s for certain, but I think England have to go for the approach that they're going to outscore teams and not sort of play part of the bus football and try and get a lucky goal. We've got far too many attacking players to be defensive, but right back's definitely an issue. He's got so many choices there. So we have got Reece James. Again, we can pick some of these and just change them around a little bit. So Reece James is there. I really hate saying this, but I think he's going to pick Kyle Walker. People that know me know I hate Kyle. I don't hate. Hate's a strong word. I don't hate anybody, but Kyle Walker just can't defend. People like him in the back three because he's quick. That's basically what he is. Gives away far too many penalties. I think if he does play in the back three in Euros, we aren't winning it. It's not reliable. To be fair, none of them are really that reliable. So the right backs, that's three. Left backs, he's got to take. Where is he? To try and find him. Is he even on here? Should be. I can't actually see him. I'm trying to look for Ben Chilwell. See, Kieran Trippier's on there. So Kieran Trippier, we can put up there. Actually, I'm going to move him down to an outside chance. There's Chilwell. So I think Chilwell will go. And what we'll do actually, we're going to put these on the bench, on the plane. So we're going to do a starting 11. For me, then I'd play two centre mids in front, and I think guaranteed starter has got to be this young lad, Declan Rice. He's got to play. I've watched him most of the season. He's just solid. I think Henderson, if fit, will go, and I would potentially play him and Rice together. But at the same time, if he's not fully fit, you don't need two holding players against the majority of teams we're playing against. And so for me, next to Declan Rice, I would play Mason Mount because he can go forward. So you've got Declan Rice who can easily just sit there and pass the ball side to side, win the ball back, play it, easy job. And Mason Mount can push forward. In front of them, I would play this young lad because I think he's next level, Phil Foden. I would also play this lad of Jack Grealish. Doesn't seem to be favoured by Southgate, and I don't think he'll start him. He just got some vendetta against Grealish, unfortunately, but for me, he's got to start. And then this might surprise a couple, but I play Jadon Sancho. And for me, that three, technically four, attacking players of Mason Mount, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, and Jadon Sancho is some force to have. And obviously we've got one guy up front of Harry Kane. I think that's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So that for me, that's our starting 11 at the minute. Obviously, any disagreements or if you're watching this and you think differently, pop in the comments down below who you change, what your starting 11 would be. Tell me if I'm wrong. But we then hit onto the plane. So this is the squad. And for me, I see him straight away. Rashford's got to be in the squad. We've also got a few surprises probably going to be in here. For me, Jude Bellingham. If he wants to load in. There he is. I know he's only 17, but he's different gravy. He's the only box-to-box midfielder we've really got. I know I've put Mason Mount in there, but this lad can defend and he can get forward. So for me, he should be going. I think he probably will. But then you've also got the likes of Calvin Phillips, who seems to be playing under Southgate and can go. And then arguably James Ward-Prowse is in there. So that position It's so difficult because you've got Declan Rice, Mason Mount. This is just the sort of the holding positions. Rice, Mount, Bellingham, Phillips, Ward-Prowse. You've got 5 positions and Henderson. We've moved Henderson there. So 6 positions for 2 spots. It's an impossible job. Move them there. Actually, let's put Rashford over here. So we've got the goalkeepers, the defence. For me, I wouldn't take another centre back. I suppose you'd have to. But for me, you can play Reece James and Walker at the back. But I think he probably will take another centre back. And somehow, against all odds, Eric Dyer makes most England squads. The most overrated centre back in the league. And for that reason, I'd probably look past Tyrone Mings. As a United fan, I'm a bit gutted Wan-Bissaka's probably not going to go. I just don't think crossing wise he's up there yet at the minute compared to James, Trent. Obviously Walker's got the pace, but defensively he's the best right back we've got. So it's a weird one. But I think centre back wise, you've got Connor Cody, you've got Eric Dyer. Gomez would go straight in there if he was fit. I don't think he's going to make it. So for me, the one I would take, I don't know if he's on this list. Is he on the list? Just trying to find him, his dodgy pictures. He's not actually on the list. It would be Ben Godfrey, but he's not on here. So in his replacement, depending on form towards the end of the season, I'd probably take Michael Keane if he wants to slot in there. But that's 11. We've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 22 players, and we haven't even picked the attackers yet. And he's got 23 to pick from. So the other one to put in for me, obviously, would just be Sterling. And that's 23. No strikers, but technically you've got Rashford who can play up front. Do you need another striker? That's for you to decide. For me, I'd take that, but we've still got plenty to move around and work with here. Probably get called up. These 2 columns are going to be the tricky ones because they can change so easily. Straight away, the one I'd put in is Calvert-Lewin. Again, he probably will go as a striker. And then straight after him, if he's fit, will be James Maddison. But he's got at the minute, we're blessed with so many sort of young attacking number 10s. And Maddison just falls into this group that is with Foden, Grealish, Sancho, Mason Mount. And I know he's been injured, so it depends if he can get back at the end of the season and be on good form. Another one in there is, where's he gone? Jesse Lingard. I read an article today actually about Lingard, and it was actually said that Grealish and Sancho might miss out on the Euros because Southgate's been so impressed with Jesse Lingard. If he does that, we're not going to win the tournament. If we've got any chance of winning it, you've got to take your best young players. For me, you got Grealish, who's 20. I think he's 25, 26 possibly. I might be wrong. And you've got Sancho, who's 20, 21. You then got Lingard, who's 28. I think he's 28 in the summer. Like, he's had his chance. But he's on form. He's playing well for West Ham. and I think Southgate favours him because he can trust him. For me, if you wanted someone a little bit better, I'd pick Harvey Barnes. It might surprise a few, but if you've been watching Leicester this season, he's been on fire. Again, suffered of an injury. If he's back in time, I think he's got a real proper chance to get called up. But it's the one downside to Southgate for me is that he seems to have favourites. But we'll have to just wait and see. At the end of the day, this is our choice. Again, comment down below who you'd pick, who you'd take out of my selection. Who else have we got in terms of probably get called up? Connor Cody played a lot of games for England lately. He will probably get called up. And then we've got the likes of Tyrone Mings, who he has been getting called up lately. And then you look at the other strikers that are probably on the fringes. You've got Tammy Abraham again, has been out injured. And if it wants to load in, there he is. And you also got Patrick Bamford, who's been playing quite well for Leeds. And again, on top of that, you've also got Southampton's main man, Danny Ings. There's so much choice. If you do this, good luck, because it's not easy doing this. If we leave it like that for a minute and go on to the outside chances and sort of on the ropes, in terms of outside chances, I think Bakary Saka has got a good chance. Again, another youngster, but with the likes of Grealish, who can play out the wide, Sancho, Sterling, Rashford. That's 4 players I'd say are ahead of him. And even debatable Lingard and Barnes. Are they ahead of Sacco? Talent-wise, probably not, but form goes a long way. I'm going to put Wan-Bissaka in on an outside chance to make it, purely because what I said previously. Defensively, he's our best right back by a country mile. And if I was manager, when you're playing against the bigger teams later on in the tournament, you have got to defend. And if I was against Mbappe, I'd much rather this young lad playing than Trent. Trent can't defend. Outside chance. I'm going to put him in here because Southgate loves him. Eric Dyer. I'm not going to go too much on Eric Dyer. Just don't rate him. Is he a defender? Is he a CDM? People argue that they'll take him because he's versatile. It's not a good enough reason to take him, is it? If you're getting onto that sort of thing, you've got Rice. Rice can play centre back and centre mid, so you don't need 2 versatile players. And this season, Henderson can play centre mid and centre back. Not very well, but he can do it. So I think those are probably your main 4 of making it on the outside chance. Obviously, Kieran Trippier, we put that in there from the start. People staying at home, we'll just get this out of the way because they're just wasted. Dele Alli is not going. Not a chance is Dele Alli going. I don't think Ramsdale's going either. Don't think there's a hope in how he's going. Loftus-Cheek, just not good enough. Do not rate. I can do this row very quickly. Ross Barkley, not good enough. There's a period of time with Villa this season that Grealish went injured, and you'd think Ross Barkley would step up. He's done the opposite. He ends up on the bench. He's just not good enough. Fabian Delph, he's had his chances for England. I don't even know where he is at the minute. Where even is he? Is he at Everton? That's how much I know about Delph this season. Gomez, I'm not going to pick Go because I don't think he's fit. Harry Winks. I'll probably put Winks on the ropes because just because I know Southgate likes him. Oxlade-Chamberlain not going. I know Liverpool fans quite like Oxlade-Chamberlain because he scored a couple of good goals in the Champions League for him, but how old is he now? And he just hasn't made it. Too many injuries. He's a bit like Walcott. I put Mason Greenwood on the ropes. I think, like talent-wise, he should be going. I know he's very young still. He's a bit like Saka, but he hasn't been as good this season. I think he's had some personal issues. So I wouldn't take him just because he hasn't been that well this year. I think we've got enough attacking players. In terms of everybody else, I don't know how else everyone else would fit, to be honest. We've got Lewis Dunk, again, staying at home. I think he's a solid centre-back at a club like Brighton. I don't think internationally he's that good. If Gomez is fit, I'll put him on. If he's fit, I'll put him on get called up. I think that's fair because he's a good defender, but he had a bad injury this year. Ryan Brewster not making it. He's not done the impact he's had at Sheffield. Callum Wilson, I think, on the ropes. Tamori, he's playing well for AC Milan this year, on the ropes. Danny Rose, again, so overrated. I think is he sitting in Tottenham reserves? He went on loan to Newcastle, went back, and I just don't think they sold him. And he's not playing. Callum Hudson-Odoi, talented. I'll stick him on the ropes. Tarkowski, again, just don't think he's quite good enough. I think he works well with Ben Mee at Burnley because together they work quite well, but I think it's just one of those partnerships that he's actually better with someone that he gets on with. If you stuck him next to John Stones, I don't think he'd be that good. Mason Holgate on the ropes. He's young. Redmond, don't think is quite good enough for England. And then we've left the two goalkeepers. So McCarthy and Heaton. I'm just going to stick McCarthy on outside chance of making it, and Heaton on the ropes. Fellows, there we go. So we'll go through it again and see if we want to change anything. But for me, starting 11, Nick Pope in goal. We're going to have a back four of Trent, Stones, Maguire and Luke Shaw. Two sitting in midfielders of Declan Rice and Mason Mount. And then I'd have three attacking players in front with Phil Foden, Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho with Harry Kane up front. I 100% do not expect him to start that team. I know for a fact he's going to start Sterling. I think he'll start Sterling and Rashford on either wing. And I think that's why he's a bottle job. But that's my starting 11. On the plane, we've got Henderson, Pickford, Reece James, Kyle Walker, Ben Chilwell, Jordan Henderson, Michael Keane, Jude Bellingham, Calvin Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Sterling and Rashford. So hold on, how many is that? It's 1, 2, that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's 23. That's what he can take for the actual Euros. And then we've got any of these that would we potentially swap for any of them? That's the debate, isn't it? So on the probably get called up that then will likely miss out, we've got Calvert-Lewin, James Maddison, Jesse Lingard, Harvey Barnes, Connor Cody, Tyrone Mings, Abraham, Bamford, Danny Ings, Joe Gomez. If he's fit. If he was fit, he'd be up here. Instead of Walker for me, but I don't think he is. Outside chance of making it: Trippier, Saka, Wan-Bissaka, Eric Dyer, and McCarthy. On the ropes: Winks, Greenwood, Wilson, Tamori, Hudson-Odoi, Mason Holgate, Tom Heaton. Staying at home, I'm not even going to go through him again. Waste of space. So the last question is: would we change any of these for them? If you're watching it now, you've got this far in the video, sort of 26 minutes in. Let us know who'd swap. For me, looking at it, I'd make one, possibly two changes. So if Henderson's not fit and he's not going, actually, yeah, we'll make a change because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players can play in the same position. We don't need that many. We need more attacking. So I'd probably take out Phillips and take Calvert-Lewin. That's probably what I'd swap. Did it change it? I just moved one. I've moved Phillips. Where's he gone? He's gone there. So Calvert-Lewin's going to go here. The other one I would change. Again, I don't know if we need 3 of them. I think Bellingham should go. I know he's young, but he's so talented. James Ward-Prowse might miss out, and it all depends on if this guy's fit, John Henderson. If he's not, I would take Barnes or Maddison. So Henderson hasn't moved, so Henderson will be there. So I'd have it like that most likely. I just think the attacking players you've got to take them. So from an attacking side of things, you have in that squad Calvert-Lewin, Rashford, Sterling, Bellingham, Ward-Prowse, Maddison, Grealish, Foden, Mount, Sancho, Kane. Like that. That's enough to win you the Euros. Bring football home. I do think it's ifs or buts. End of the season, if it's all injuries and form, I think those sort of 5 between Henderson, Phillips, Maddison, Ward-Prowse, Barnes, and Lingard. Is that 6? Could rotate. I think the starting 11 is quite easy for me, anyway. Some people might put Reece James in there for Trent. Some people might put Walker in if you've been drinking. And some people just don't like Luke Shaw, so they put Chilwell in. But I think you can't deny Luke Shaw's had a better season. So for me, I'm quite happy with that. 100% put money on it. He's not going to pick that starting 11. This guy will come in. Mr. No Product, Raheem Sterling will come in. And Rashford will come in. I just don't think Rashford's fully fit this year. He doesn't look it. And I think Grealish, Foden and Sancho can win you the game. But he won't. They're all too young and inexperienced. They'll go with these lot. But that's my team. Again, if you've got this far, leave your comments down below. Let me know who you'd change. Let me know what your starting 11 would be. And who do you think Southgate should take. And please, again, like down below. Drop us a subscribe. And yeah, let us know what you think. I hope you like the video. It's just a little bit different today. With the Euros coming up, I thought it would be quite relatable. And yeah, that is basically all. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Be back at some point soon in the future. It's hard with lockdown, trying to think of ideas, but we'll get there. Gyms are back open next week, which is really good. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm now on Twitch as well, so if you are into that sort of stuff, it's a bit more gaming side of things. It's Enter AI 94. And apart from that, I will catch you lot later on. Peace.